Welcome to Moving Forward, sponsored by MPW Mocklink TV and Mocklink Internet, online at mpw.org. Each weekday morning, our local talk segment brings you the people who are helping move our community forward. Let's start the show.
Good morning, AM 860 FM 95.1 KWPC. I'm Jordan Davis. Thanks for joining us this morning here for Moving Forward. As always, brought to you by Muscatine Power and Water. Say hello to Mocklink Phone, your new local phone company. Fiber customers, get it now. Switching is easy, and you can keep your old number. Learn more at mpw.org. Again, I'm Jordan Davis. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm joined in studio this morning by Kelly Hendershot from the Gilda's Club. You're the program director over there. How are you this morning, Kelly?
Great. Thanks for having me today.
We're really excited to have you in, and this is all part of our Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So I also want to do a shout out to Carriage House Carpet One, Muscatine's flooring store for over 40 years here in Muscatine. Again, Carriage House Carpet One. So once again, thanks for coming in, Kelly. We're really excited to have you in, and we'd really like to talk a little bit about breast cancer awareness. We had some folks on the air with us yesterday over the phone from Unity Point. We talked about some of the screenings that they offer and stuff like that. So let's talk a little bit about the other side of it. First off, we'll just kick it off with breast cancer awareness. Anything you want to say for folks for informational? Let's just start with that.
Just informationally wise, a lot of people are wearing pink this month, but just a reminder that why they're wearing that pink, it's to help support their friends going through a cancer diagnosis, men and women. About 400 men are diagnosed each year with breast cancer, so we can't forget about the men when we have that pink on. It's to help raise funds, to help with the research that will hopefully eventually cure this disease, and just bring about general educational awareness. Muscatine County has been known to have a high rising number of late-stage breast cancer diagnosis, so we want to really reinforce that now's the time to really be thinking about your preventative screenings, a lot of what was discussed yesterday.
Absolutely, because the key to it is catching it early.
Yes, absolutely.
So going and getting screenings, and they talked about yesterday how they need to focus on knowing you're normal. They said that's for guys and gals, knowing you're normal, knowing what's normal for you on your body so that you can, constantly be checking, because if you notice something strange, you're not sure, and I think they said yesterday if it grows in size or anything like that within a couple of days, then you need to go and you need to have a screening, because it's important to catch it early, catch it quick, because that's the best way to fight it.
Exactly. Those self-awareness exams are so important. I know women kind of grow up being taught to do that. Men, it's not as usual because we don't think of them getting breast cancer as often.
Right.
But the more you're normal, and if you feel empowered that you can go to your doctor when something does feel abnormal, that's when they're going to catch things a lot earlier. And we're seeing more and more members at our clubhouse who are catching things themselves, going to the doctor and getting earlier stage diagnosis because of that. Excellent.
Yeah, those self-screenings are just as important as actually going to the doctor and getting those full screenings, because knowing you're normal. That was the phrase that stuck with me. That was what they kept saying yesterday. Knowing you're normal is key.
Absolutely.
So another thing that the Gilda's Club you mentioned beforehand that you do is yoga. You do yoga to help folks kind of through some of their processes, because
yes.
When it comes to dealing with breast cancer or any form of cancer, there's radiations, there's different treatments that they're on. So what is the purpose of the yoga?
So I teach weekly chair yoga here in Muscatine, and then mat yoga back at our Davenport location. But every Thursday from 10:30 to 11:30, we're at Iowa State University Extension and Outreach Office. And it's open to anyone with a cancer diagnosis, currently going through treatment, if they're a survivor, or their caregiver, their family members. So anyone impacted by cancer. But we focus on poses that are specific to cancer side effects. Breast cancer specifically, there's a lot of women who are at risk for lymphedema. They get their lymph nodes removed during part of their biopsy or their mastectomies. And so with lymphedema, if that goes underchecked, they'll get the swelling that's visible in their arms or their legs. And so a lot of our poses focus on draining that lymphatic system.
Okay.
And then for people who've never had lymph nodes removed, or even the caregivers who don't have cancer, draining that lymphatic system is really important to your immune health. It keeps you healthier year-round anyway. Other common side effects are, this one's odd to say on the radio, but constipation is a real big side effect of chemotherapy. And we do a lot of twist poses that will help counter that. We do a lot of strength building. Bone density loss is another big side effect of chemotherapy. And so some of the poses, even though we're using a chair, are weight bearing. And so that helps build back some of the bone density. And then another large side effect of any cancer diagnosis is increased anxiety and stress. And so obviously yoga has its meditative quality and helps reduce anxiety and stress through that. I usually end my classes here in Muscatine with a little bit of lavender oil, so it's calming, soothing, and we do a brief guided meditation with that.
Gotcha. It's amazing what those stuff like those oils can do just to really calm you down or anything like that. I'm big on the essential oils. I love all that stuff. So that's it's really interesting just kind of effect that can have. So I'm sure using that for the anxiety and the stress that comes along with any form of cancer, I'm sure it's pretty nice.
They can be a great complementary medicine. I was just reading an article before I came in here today about how so many people are turning towards alternative therapies for cancer. I think it was over 80% of people are doing some sort of alternative therapy, acupuncture, yoga, chiropractic, along with their cancer treatment. And they see a lot of good results in the combination of the two. Unfortunately, people who maybe only go towards the alternative side in breast cancer, it said that the likelihood of death within the first 5.5 years is actually increases sixfold. So you want to make sure that you're doing your research if you're going alternative only, but combination-wise, it has had great benefits to combine alternative with traditional medicine.
Wow. And a lot of that, I'm sure a lot of that's related to because when you do something like your meditative state at the end of your classes, then you're able to, if you help relieve your stress, it's just as much about fighting with your own will as it is as fighting it with treatments, because your stress levels can affect stuff in your body. So being able to have a lower level of stress and being able to fight it at full force is just as important.
Well, it's all about improving your quality of life too. The better quality of life you have, the happier you'll be, and then you'll strengthen your body. You'll be able to stay stronger during any further treatments or help kind of ward off any recurrences too.
Gotcha. Excellent. Well, that's really cool. So that's a yoga group. And now what do folks need to do to get involved with that?
If they have any questions, they can call me at our main office, which is 563-326-7504, or email me. It's Kelly, Kelly, at gildasclubqc.org. Or they can just stop by ISU at 10:30 on Thursdays and join the class. It's free of charge to anyone impacted by a cancer diagnosis. So like I said, the patients, survivors, their caregivers. And I think we average... on the low end, we have 8, which is still a lot. On a higher end, we probably have 15, 16 who come each week.
Okay, that's very cool. So that's Yoga with Gilda's Club, and that's all in support of healthy living while dealing with these forms of cancer. So also you offer a support group as well. Yeah,
the emotional aspect is really important as well. So twice a month, the first and third Thursday of each month, we have we call it our wellness group, but the caregivers are welcome to come as well. We hold it at First Presbyterian Church at 401 Iowa Ave, and it's in the second floor gathering space from 6 to 8 p.m. So walk-ins are welcome. This month we have a special guest. Allison Castle will be there to talk about stress management and meditation on the 18th from 6 until 7 p.m. So she brings material sometimes. For that, we'd like people to RSVP.
Okay, great. Oh, that way you can get a count. That way they don't
exactly.
have materials. Gotcha. Well, that's really cool. It's important to have that support group around you too, because nobody wants to deal with that alone.
Yeah, and for that reason, we provide what we call psychosocial support. So we have the emotional support, the healthy lifestyle, like the yoga that we talked about, meditation. We do a lot of educational workshops. Next month, we will be hosting a metastatic breast cancer workshop. So metastatic breast cancer is advanced stage breast cancer, stage 4. It's spread throughout the body. And we'll be joined by a registered nurse, Donna Bark, and then Dr. Carlson will be joining us as well. That will be on November 8th at 11:30 at First Presbyterian Church. Okay. And again, it's free of charge. We'll feed you. We would like RSVPs, so just make sure we have enough material and food.
Excellent. That sounds like it'll be a good one as well. Now, you also wanted to talk about a little bit, as we wrap up, we've got just a few minutes left here. We want to also talk about being a supportive friend to folks that are dealing with breast cancer or any form of cancer.
Sure. Pink is a good way to visibly show your support for somebody with a breast cancer diagnosis, but you can go above and beyond that. I just mentioned some supportive options that we have here in Muscatine. Take your friend with a diagnosis to those. Sometimes it can be scary to go to a support group alone, to one of the yoga classes. There's also art therapy that Living Proof Exhibit provides to cancer patients and survivors, and they've been doing that this past year in Muscatine. So there's a lot of good options to be a supportive friend. And sometimes being that friend just means listening, not giving your opinions on, I think you should try this treatment, or did you know about this option, taking your cues from the person with the diagnosis. Honestly, some people don't like the pink as a reminder either. So take your cues from the friend. You'll know if they want the pink, if they want the ribbons. You'll know quickly, too, if they don't want that constant reminder of their diagnosis.
Gotcha. Well, and it's important, as much as the sport group is the yoga classes, as it is to have good friends that are there to back you in any way that they need.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much, Kelly. It's been a lot of fun to talk to you here this morning.
Yeah, great. Thanks for having me on.
Kelly Hendershot, Program Director at Gilda's Club, joining us to talk about breast cancer here during October Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Again, another shout out to Carriage House, Carpet One, Muscatine's flooring store for over 40 years here in Muscatine. Again, I'm Jordan Davis. This has been Moving Forward, brought to you by Muscatine Power and Water. Experience the best value in entertainment and connectivity with MockLink Internet and TV from MPNW. New subscribers save big on TV or internet, even more when you take both. Learn more at mpw.org. Thanks again, Kelly, for joining us. I'm Jordan Davis, thevoiceofmuscatine.com.